Corey stayed with Alara, healing slowly. She explained the Coven's cruel magic and her own gentler ways. Not all witches are the same, she told him. The mark on Corey's chest tingled, a reminder of that night. He wondered what it meant and what he was becoming. On the third day, Corey knew he had to leave. Ilara packed food, herbs, and a cloak for his journey. Go west. Find peace, she advised. But beware. The mark may draw attention. Corey thanked her, words failing to express his gratitude. He gathered cheese, now healthy and purring. Together, they stepped into the sun-dappled woods. Shadows still lingered, but hope flickered in Corey's heart. He was just a boy with a cat and a strange magical mark. The road ahead was uncertain, but he was no longer running. He was searching for a home. And maybe, just maybe, he would find it. Corey awoke under a warm blanket, pain throbbing in his chest. He was in a cozy room, firelight flickering on wooden walls. The strange mark remained on his skin, a dark swirling tattoo. A gentle woman with autumn hair sat by the fire. "You're safe now," she said softly. Corey's first thought was for Cheese. The woman pointed. Cheese slept peacefully at the bed's foot. Relief flooded Corey. The woman offered him herbal tea. He drank, warmth spreading through him. "Who are you?" he asked. "Alara. This is my home. I found you after the witches left." She tended his wound, her touch kind. "The mark is old magic. Dangerous," she warned. Corey didn't know if he could trust her, but she was the only kindness he'd found. Cheese purred, safe at last. For the first time, Corey let himself hope, but the mark on his chest still burned with mystery. Corey was pinned to the cold altar, helpless. The Coven's leader revealed a wrinkled face, eyes glowing green. She chanted, joined by the others, their voices weaving a spell. The air crackled with power. Strange smoke filled Corey's lungs. Cheese lay motionless at the altar's base. The leader raised a black stone knife, then dipped her finger in a dark liquid. She drew a symbol over Corey's heart. It burned. Searing pain shot through him. Corey screamed as the mark glowed sickly green. The agony was blinding, fire racing through his veins. The witches' chanting rose to a fever pitch. Corey's vision blurred. The world spun. The mark pulsed with unnatural light. He felt himself slipping away, darkness closing in. The last thing he saw was Cheese, still and silent. The ritual was complete. Everything went black. The shadows lunged women in dark robes. Faces hidden Corey tried to flee, but they seized him with claw like hands. Cheese hissed, then was silenced by a puff of green smoke. Corey screamed for his friend, but the witches dragged him away. The forest spun past in a blur of fear and fog. One witch cradled the sleeping Cheese, oddly gentle Corey, struggled, but their grip was iron. They led him to a clearing, a stone altar at its center. The witch's whispers grew louder, circling him. Corey's fear sharpened. This was the stuff of Salem's nightmares. The women forced him toward the altar, chanting he fought, but it was useless. The clearing pulsed with dark energy. Corey's mind raced. Was this the end? The witch's ritual was about to begin, and he was the sacrifice. Whispers slithered through the fog, real voices, ancient and strange. Corey doused the fire, trying to vanish. Cheese hissed, eyes wide with terror. Shadows glided in the mist, tall, thin, inhuman. Corey's heart hammered as he clutched Cheese. 4 shapes emerged, chanting a chilling song. Corey tried to back away, but a twig snapped beneath him. Instantly, the whispers and chanting stopped. The shadows froze, then turned as one. Corey couldn't see faces, but he felt their cold, hungry gaze. The fog pressed in, trapping him. He wanted to run, but his legs wouldn't move. Cheese whimpered, trembling in his arms. The shadows drifted closer, silent and relentless. Corey's breath caught. He was surrounded. The ancient voices resumed, low and menacing. There was nowhere left to hide. At last, the shouts faded. Corey found a silent lake, black as glass. Exhausted, he set Cheese down and improvised a fishing rod. Together, they fished under the stars, just a boy and his cat, forgetting the world. Corey caught a small fish, sharing it with Cheese by a tiny fire. For a moment, they were safe. But as the fire died, a cold fog crept in, swallowing the woods. Corey pulled Cheese close. The cat's fur bristled. The fog thickened, hiding the trees and the lake's far shore. Cheese growled, eyes fixed on the mist. Corey's skin prickled. Something was out there. The peaceful night twisted into dread. The world shrank to the circle of dying embers. Corey listened, heart racing, as the silence grew heavy. The fog pressed closer, cold and unnatural. He held Cheese close, waiting, afraid to breathe. Something unseen watched from the mist. The woods swallowed Corey and his cat, Cheese, in darkness. Corey clutched Cheese, both of them trembling. They'd been running for days, fleeing Salem's accusations. Which, they called him, just for talking to his cat. Now, the forest was their only refuge. Corey glanced at the thin moon, hoping the stars might guide him. But he had no home to return to, only the endless trees. Branches clawed at him as he pressed deeper into the woods. Behind, distant shouts and barking dogs echoed. Corey's heart pounded. He tried to move silently, like a ghost. Cheese meowed, sensing the danger. Corey whispered, "It's okay, Cheese," though he wasn't sure. The trees seemed to whisper his name. Corey. Corey. Was it the wind, or something else lurking in the shadows? He squeezed Cheese tighter, desperate for comfort. The darkness pressed in, thick and alive. Every step took them further from safety, and deeper into the unknown.